Hey folks, this is Vince with Dad's Gaming Addiction, and today we're going to quickly check out Wobbly Life. This is a game that you can currently find on Steam's Early Access program for about $17 or so. When I stress Early Access, that means everything that you're about to see here is subject to change. So this game is very reminiscent of another game called Human Fall Flat, where it's this open world sandbox environment where you or your friends, you can play solo if you want, but ideally you want to play with other people because it's got that crazy ragdoll-esque physics system going on. Although I do miss the whole climbing system from Human Fall Flat. This game doesn't have that. You can grab onto things, but I haven't been able to pull myself up when I've fallen. But anyway, there's this giant island that you'll be thrust into. Basically, it's either your mom or your grandma or someone throws you out and says, you know what, you need to get a job. So you're thrust out into this world, and across this island are various mini-game jobs that you can do, and you'll see a lot of that later. But, sometimes you can be a firefighter, you can deliver newspapers, you can paint an art project. You can serve hamburgers by putting them together onto a conveyor belt. Taxi job, ambulance, garbage man. There's all sorts of crazy things that you can do in order to make money. And there's a lot of crazy stuff going on in between. But ideally, you're going to be earning this money so that you can spend it at various shops. There's a dye shop, for example, that lets you change the color of there's three different outfits. There's a hat, a top, and pants, I think it is. And you'll be able to buy, all of these things and customize their colors, even props that you can buy that you can kind of just play around with. Nothing too fancy. There's no skill points. There's no permanent progression aside from the money that you're earning. Stuff like that. But I will say that some of the tops were bugged. I bought a top and it didn't register. I went around topless. Even, Ida was saying that I had a shirt on, but in my camera, my viewpoint, I didn't see a shirt. So there's something screwy going on with that. I bought a shirt, but it didn't show up for me, but it showed up for her. I'm not sure what that's all about. My favorite part of this game is just all the different mini games that you can do. And as you would expect from a game where, your primary attack, quote unquote attack, is using your left click, right click to use your hands, you're trying to, both in a humorous and frustrating manner, trying to grab various things to typically put somewhere. In the case of the hamburger minigame, for example, it'll tell you to make a burger with just lettuce and tomato and whatever. Little things, little banners will pop up. And if you get one wrong, you move on to the next one and try and complete that one. I didn't know that. I just thought I can keep trying the first one. And it was no. And then another banner appeared. I'm oh, so I have to do these. I get one shot to do it right, and if I get it wrong, I move on to the next banner, which, again, the game doesn't really explain that. So each minigame takes a little bit of getting used to, and that's just something, and the controls especially, very frustrating, especially in the parts where there's platforming, which I'll touch on later in the video. But yeah, even if you don't complete a job to its fullest, you still earn some money, and you'll get this money bag, and you have to put it into this ATM machine in order for it to fully register. So typically, after a job is done, you're stuck there trying to, find an ATM machine so you can put this money bag in. Now, my favorite part of my whole experience, and this is probably a long clip, but so it goes. I was an ambulance driver for this particular job, and I was trying to put the person inside the ambulance, and a taxi shows up and it just starts driving off with my patient. So I had to go chasing after it with my ambulance. I finally caught up to it, and I finally get sideways. I managed to get the patient inside the ambulance, and there's a button on the side of the vehicles typically, so you have to extend your arm and run into it. Grabbing it is not enough. You have to run into it with an extended arm. You get it back inside the vehicle, and you can sort of commandeer any vehicle that you want. And I'm running out of time. I need to take a shortcut over the hills. Well, I ended up on this bobsled shoot whatever, and I'm well, I don't think I'm supposed to go this way. And then my patient started peeking out, glitching out through the back door. And yeah, so even though the back doors were closed, it was my patient was propelled into the snow, and I'm like, there's no way. So I tried like going over the hill to try and like get. I had like a minute left to get the patient back to the hospital. It just wasn't working out. It's all I'm trying to say. But like it reminded me of like some sort of Laurel and Hardy or Three Stooges bit where it starts off like, okay, it's not so bad, not so bad, and then it just gets progressively worse over time. You know, it's just I tried like taking a shortcut through this bobsled. The patient fell out the back. I went chasing after the patient, and then lo and behold, I turn around and, well, you'll see for yourself in a moment. It's just, yeah. That's my favorite part. So, yeah, so you'll experience, like, it makes for a good story kind of moments. And that's the part of this game I think is going to appeal to some people. Other mini games are a bit more straightforward. Find the trash, put it in the trash truck. Garbage truck. One of the co-op ones that Idalee and I did, and all you have to do is you have to be near each other when you start a job. Otherwise, if someone starts a job and they're too far away, you'll go up to them and you won't be able to participate in what they're doing. But if you're both nearby the quest giver and you accept the job, you'll be able to see the job and you'll be able to participate in it. And each player will get their own reward money bag, and then you can deposit those. Just be careful not to like grab your friend's money bag and deposit both by accident. That is a thing that could happen because money bags aren't assigned, they just kind of spawn. But anyway, there's even like a paperboy route kind of thing where one mini game that I did was, you just shot newspapers at houses, like in Paperboy, the video game, and you're trying to hit as many targets as you can. Now, that was all well and good up to a point where we found some kind of King's Castle bit, and it was a nightmare. It was a bunch of puzzles, which we got through, but there was one platforming part where clouds kept disappearing. There was another part where we had to jump over these weird objects. It was really hard. And the King's Castle had like 3 or 4 different puzzle rooms, and they were timed. And if you got to the third puzzle and you failed that, you had to start everything back over again. And it was just, I rage quit at that point. I'm like, there's no way that this game geared toward like casual people, I can't imagine anyone enjoying that castle. I'm just saying. And so if you want to avoid frustration, avoid the bed that you can sleep. There's a building with a bed that you can sleep in. It takes you to this castle, like this dream realm, which is really weird, by the way. And it was cool up to a point, but then it got really difficult. Like the difficulty spike, just bam. Like it's just not balanced and it's not fun. So this is the part where I rage quit. I'm like, no, I've had my fill. I enjoyed going around town doing the odd minigame jobs. And on occasion, like, even though the controls are frustrating, it was still funny. But when it came to the King's Castle, like, that's where I stopped having fun. It was, the developer needs to do something about that to make it more forgiving, to add, the King's Castle, especially with that gauntlet that you have to go through. And if you fail it, you start from the beginning again. It's just awful. So anyway, take a look at this one anyway, Wobbly Life. If you didn't like Human Fall Flat, then you're not going to enjoy this game. It's the physics, I don't think, like the grab and climb physics aren't as fleshed out. You really can't climb anything in this game, so typically you're just going to grab and fall. So just be warned, it's not as fun as Human Falls Flat from like a grabby, throw your partner around standpoint, but going around town doing odd jobs and spending time with your friends in a silly environment is still a thing. So if you get the time, do check this out, but buyer beware, there are some parts that are extremely frustrating. This is Vince, thanks for watching, catch y'all next time, take care.